Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So, the big day is here. The jewelry line is about to sit there and drop, and there's a certain buzz in the air, but not for everyone, right? Now, after Brooke was pretty much telling Carter that this isn't right, this is when you're conscious and everything like that. We're doing this without the man that I love for some odd reason, and the man to you that has pretty much been a brother. So he's thinking about that and everything. And they gathered a team there. This is after Hope and Steffi was bickering like they always do. Gathered a team, everyone's there. Electra's there, Ivy is God knows where. Will is there, Kate's there, Katie. Pretty much everyone in the room is there, and including Zephyr. So, Hope brings this speech or whatever about teamwork and, it's a big day and da 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 da. But everyone can sit there and see, including Hope, that the look on Carter's face is hella get written. Hella get written. Back at Eric's place, everyone's getting ready to watch the launch and everything. Steffi and Taylor and Ridge and, they're pissed off and everything. Which, I'm not gonna lie, there's something that's just kind of laughable about the fact that, like, Justin could not take this company back. I mean, there was always theories that, like, well, he was in cahoots with Carter and everything. And I'm like, bro, are you just, like, dragging your feet or something? Like, also, I'm just like, here's the thing. If he couldn't get my company back, guess what I'll do? I'll hire another lawyer. It's LA. There are tons of lawyers that will sit there and jump at the opportunity to take back this company that doesn't seem like it's that difficult to take back. But whatever. So the jewelry line drops. It's a success. Everyone's happy. And, Hope is talking about bringing out the champagne and everything. And, again, she can see the look on Carter's face. Now, Carter also had Electra make, like, a special piece for Hope, right? So after she makes the speech and stuff, she's like, hey, listen, I just want to, talk to the CEO for a hot minute, just, whatever. And so everyone leaves. And Katie, okay, well, in the art room, whatever it is, Katie, Brooke, and Zenda. And Zenda's like, yo, is there something off with Carter? Like, he looked like he was, he wasn't his usual self. Now, Hope turns around, Hope is like, what's going on? And this is where you can almost sit there and say that she kind of shows her true colors, right? Because Carter's like, yo, listen, this isn't right. We proved that we could sit there and do it. Let's go off on a high note. Hope was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm not. I just like, what did you say? Well, from the high note, what does that mean? He's like, this isn't right, you know. He's like, he feels like a traitor, and Hope is like, no, what are you talking about? You're a hero and stuff like that. You made it possible for every. This is what she kept on saying. Everyone gets fair and equal treatment and rights and da 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 da. Everyone's a part of the whole team. It doesn't feel like us versus them, and she said this for a hot minute. She was like, "This is everyone's success." Even though her speech is like, this is everyone's success and stuff like that." And there's one point within this, like, Granddad and Riz kind of signed off on it. And I was like, "Yeah, I mean they did, but it was Carter and his vision and stuff." This is what she kept talking about, right? So now she's like, "What are you talking about?" Then she gets furious. And she gets mad at him. She's like, I thought you had my back, and I'm not going back to the way things were. What do you mean you thought that he had your back? Of course he had. The sad part? This is not going to saying true colors. For her to sit there and say, I thought you had my back, bro, how many times did your failing line get saved because of him? Okay? How many times did it get saved because of him? And you have the audacity The selfishness to sit there and say, I thought you had my back. That says, like, that speaks volumes. Right there alone, that speaks volumes. But okay, sure, that happens. And, at this point, she's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going back to the way that things used to be. Because she knows that Carter is about to sit there and pretty much give him back the company. So she just storms off. And he's like showing her like jewelry and stuff like that. It's like, listen, how about we sit there and talk about this later on? It's Valentine's Day and everything. And she's like, nope, it's not the time for that. That's the thing about hope. Hope is a succubus. Okay? The love, the admiration, the praise that she gets stains her life force. Okay? So now that she's going to be going back to working for because the thing is, it was never her company. I mean, she's sitting there acting like this shit is hers or something. And then Rich comes in. Rich was upset throughout the entire time, watching the jewelry line and stuff like that. I mean, he did sit there and text Alexis, sit there and say great job and everything. And well, then he comes to the office. Now Carter's angry, he's upset, and he cuts his hand because he hits the desk, he cuts his hand, and like the diamond or whatever is like kind of shattered in a sense. You just see this big thing of just like red blood and everything, right? He's upset, he's crying, and Ridge comes in all biblical and everything like that. And I forgot the line that he says, something along the lines of like, he who heaviest wear the crown or something like that. Some Shakespeare shit. He comes in and he looks at Carter, and Carter just look like he's upset, like he's angry. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it was a nice quote. Too bad I can't actually sit there and remember it. Maybe I'll remember it during the live stream tonight. But that goes on. And you got Finn the entire time doing nothing except for just wasting everyone's time. Because let's be honest, he did nothing throughout this episode. He could have not been included, and everything would have been just peachy. That happens, right? And all he's sitting there saying is, I gotta tell Stephanie. How do I sit there and tell Stephanie? And he does a little flashback moment, and he calls up Stephanie. He's like, hey, listen, we gotta talk tonight. And that's pretty much all it is. Now the previews towards next week look weird. And I say look weird because it seemed like they were going with the regular previews, but then they were talking about like special episodes, and I'm like, what do you mean special episodes? Like, what are you talking about? And then they put the time frame 2 p.m. something, 1:30 something. I'm like, what do you mean by that? But what does that mean? I don't get it. Are they showing all new episodes next week? Or are they showing encore episodes? Because it looked like they were showing some encore episodes. I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. Um. Anyway, I feel like that's about it for the most part. Will the family forgive Carter for a second time? Will they? Will they forgive him for a second time? That's going to be a $1 million question. First, it was Quinn. That's kind of funny too, because Eric said something like, "Oh, I should have fired you the first time when you were messing with my husband. I mean, well, my wife." And like, you mean the wife that you actually gave permission to sit there and bang because you thought that you had a problem with your joystick, and it turned out that it wasn't really a problem with you. It wasn't a problem with your joystick. It was a problem with Quinn. Okay, let's be honest. Donna didn't have that problem. Okay, because Donna was creative. Okay, um, Anyway, why did I forgive him? I mean, Steffi keeps me to say. Oh, and by the way, Daffy was there. I forgot to sit there and mention that. Um, Anyway, that's pretty much all I have. If I forget anything, write in the comment section below. Or come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We will talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born the Beautiful and Young and Restless. I'll see you in the next video.